My hair is looking crazy. What is going on, guys? Today I want to talk about some key points that I've learned within this last week that my shop's been open. I know that have a little, like I said in my last video, I've had a little, I have a little bit of an advantage because I sold on TCG before, so I am a level 4 seller at the moment, but I just started my shop back up. I haven't sold within a year. So the first thing that I want to talk about is when you're starting off, like if you're a level 1 seller, you list your best cards, the cards that have value, right? Especially if in whatever game you're playing. I do Yu-Gi-Oh! So let's say I'm listing cards and I know that the newest set, Phantom Nightmare, has some good money cards in there, or I have some money cards from the set before that of Maze Millennia or Age of Overlord, whatever. If I have some of those cards, I'm gonna list those cards because I know they go faster. Especially if you're into the competitive scene of whatever game you're playing and you know the format and you know what everyone is playing and you have those cards, list them. That's what's gonna sell the fastest. That's what's gonna get you good feedback. If you ship it good, if it comes in great condition, everything like that. So list your cards that are valuable. At starting off, I'm not saying that you can't list lower rarity cards or anything like that, but when you're starting off, you want to list your higher cards because that's what's going to sell. And it sucks to say, but you're going to have to go into your own inventory at some point, unless you go outsource some cards that you're going to sell, but that's just putting more money into this business that you're starting off. It's the way I started off was I actually just used my own collection to start off. It hurt, but this is something I want to do, and I want TCG to help me build my business. One day I want to own a card shop, so I'm learning how to do it all right now. And that's number one. Start off selling your valuable cards, your best cards. Number two, I would say every card has value, right? And what I mean by that is, even though you have some cards that aren't worth anything, 20 cents, 13 cents, and you don't want to post it, someone's gonna buy it, right? For example, I play Yu-Gi-Oh! So I have a Sprite core, right? And 3 Sprite blues right now, or sorry, 1 Sprite blue is $13. And I was like, man, Sprite is a good deck. People love this deck. I put it on my shop. It's still in my shop, And I listed it below market, so, it could sell a little faster. Like, if I have the best price Sprite Blue, someone might buy it faster, but it's still in my shop. And on the other hand, I've listed lower rarity cards, maybe like Droll and Lockbird from the new starter deck, which is $3, but I had 3 of them. Someone bought all 3 because it's getting played right now, right? So every card has value. Even the 20 cents. I've sold multiple 20-cent cards, and it might not seem like a lot, but let's say someone buys 20-cent cards. Now you made $1 something, $2 something. Every card has value. It might not be valuable to you, but someone out there is gonna want a card, even if it's a common. I sold a lot of commons, right? And that's what I think you really need to understand, is that even though you might not think it has value, someone else does. Number 3 that I want to talk about is building your inventory. Like I said, starting off, list your best cards, go into your own collection, but build your inventory. Let's say you sold some cards and you made some profit. I would say take that profit and invest it back into buying more cards to sell more, right? And you have to have a plan. The way I buy cards is, and I'm upfront about it, with if I'm buying cards that are $50, $60, $100, whatever, I tell the person that I'm buying from, hey, I'm buying this at 70% because I need to make profit. I'm brokering a deal, right? I'm not buying it at cost and selling it at cost, because then you're not making any money. So you actually need to figure out what works best for you. Some people will take the 70% because I'll tell you what, card shops will pay less than that. Like, oh, we'll take 60% for your card. Okay, well, I'm offering 70, so what do you want to do? Right? If I'm buying it at a little bit more, they're going to come to me because they know they can get more money out of me. Yes, I'm buying it at 70%, but then I'm selling it at market or just below market. So you have to have a plan, and you have to build that inventory. So the way I'm building my inventory is I'm buying bulk at a certain cost. Okay, let's say it's $10 per thousand. I can maybe get it better somewhere else. Right now I'm buying it at $10 a thousand, and that's how I'm building my inventory. Like I said, for me, every card has value. Not maybe not to me, but to someone, and it all coincides with each other, right? That's building my inventory, having a plan, and knowing that these cards have value. It all coincides. I'm building my inventory by buying the bulk at $10. That's me having a plan because I'm buying it at 70%. And you have to be passionate. I know I said this in my last video, but you have to be passionate. It's not an easy thing to do, but it'll get better, right? If you're not passionate about cards, this isn't gonna work for you, right? It's just another job, right? Have you guys ever heard the saying, if you love what you do, it's not work? I think that's how it goes. I love this. I'm always playing with my cards. I'm always doing something. So for me to actually make my hobby into a job or a source of income is amazing. Yes, right now it's slow moving. It's a rough start, but I love doing it because I know later on in the future, if I keep at it and I know I'm passionate about it, I'm not gonna regret it, and maybe I'll be successful. You know what? We will be successful because I know you're gonna try to start a business, and we're gonna learn along the way. So we're all gonna be successful, and that's the mindset you have to think, that you have to have, right? Because if you're not passionate about it, it's gonna fail, and it sucks to say, but it is. You know. In my last video, I said that this isn't a get rich quick, but it is an opportunity to make money. You need to really understand how the market works and how you're gonna buy cards. Like I said, have a plan. The last thing I want to talk about is it takes time, right? We're in a week. We're a week in, and I can kind of tell you right now that I've only made a little bit of profit with all the materials that I bought, the top loaders, the envelopes. I have to buy stamps. I bought this stamp thing so I don't have to write everything. Things to make things a little bit more convenient for myself. It takes time, right? So I put in, and I track everything that I put in. So material wise, I has spent a little over $100, okay, and that's got me through the week. It might get me through next week, whatever. I know I need to buy more top loaders soon, but from that money that I put in, I've made I've made more than that, right? I've made 200 something dollars in the past week, okay. And I'm okay with that because here's the thing: the more I sell, the more feedback I get, the better my shop looks. And I've actually, every time I send out an order, I email the customer, who's buying it. I say, I hope this order reaches you well. Any feedback is appreciated, right? It just makes the experience for the customer, the buyer, a little bit better because it shows that we care. I'll talk about it in a later video, how to resolve issues, because I've had to resolve issues. I've had to do refunds, but you know, this is your business and you want to treat it like so. So if you think that sending a card out and that's it is fine, by all means, do you. For me, I want to show that I care about this. That's why I package the way I package. That's why I send those emails. And that's why I will refund if I send a card and I didn't catch that it was damaged, I'll refund them. I don't care because I don't want a bad rep to my name. I want to be known as a good seller. I want to be known as someone who can be trusted, and I want to grow. And ultimately, that's what I have to do. So if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. I know that a lot of people don't watch my videos, but you know, why not make them? It's to track our journey, it's to track our growth, and it's to actually just learn with each other. So, thanks for watching. Peace out.